You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Are you curious about some medical issues you may be experiencing? How about thyroid dysfunction, especially in women? I am joined today by Dr. Keith Currie. Dr. Currie, nice to see you.
You as well, Nicole. Thank you.
All right, let's kind of set the table. What makes you uniquely suited to help women in particular with thyroid dysfunction? And then we'll get to the heart of the matter.
Yes, ma'am. A lot of people come to me for my functional medicine services. I'm a board-certified chiropractic internal medicine doctor, and then also a certified nutritional pathology and functional medicine practitioner. And so many people have gone through the traditional conventional model, and they may be taking certain medications and things and tried different diets and different supplements, and they still don't really feel the way that they want to feel. And then a lot of times they usually it's because they know a former patient or a current patient of mine, and they're like, you got to go see Dr. Currie. And then, that's how a lot of my patients come to me. And it's really special because I do help a lot of people who have these low-grade, chronic, just funk kind of thing where they don't feel good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a great way to start off this conversation because folks at home, if you've gone to the doctor, you get a normal lab result, but you still don't feel well. Dr. Currie, what could be going on there?
Well, it's one of the most common frustrations that I see. And what it is standard tests usually only check, like for the thyroid example, TSH, which is thyroid stimulating hormone, and sometimes T4. But even the World Health Organization has come out saying that TSH is not itself a good standard or good check for thyroid function because TSH is made by the pituitary gland in the brain. And when the body is screaming for thyroid hormone, then often that TSH will go up. And so that's only part of the picture. A lot of patients will have an autoimmune condition called Hashimoto's, where the immune system actually is attacking the thyroid and going after and destroying and damaging the cells in the thyroid. And then when that's occurring, that creates symptoms a lot of times years before the basic labs ever show a problem. And so my Back to You method is designed to find those hidden drivers and bring real answers.
All right, so folks at home, if you're experiencing thyroid dysfunction, maybe you've heard the term Hashimoto's. You also mentioned something about Epstein Barr virus. What is this and how does that play into Hashimoto's?
Yeah, so most people have heard of Epstein-Barr, whether they realize it or not, because it's the dreaded mono that a lot of teenagers get or kids in college. But research shows that Epstein-Barr can live dormant in the body for life. And for some people, it reactivates and chronically triggers the immune system. And so some people, their immune system is just not very strong and it's not able to suppress that. And that's why they have that overwhelming fatigue. I mean, most of us, if we didn't have it outright in high school or college, know people who did, and they're just on the floor because they have no energy. And so a lot of these thyroid patients are actually dealing with chronic Hashimoto's driven by something like Epstein-Barr that's triggering that, and it's often overlooked.
That is so fascinating. I did not know that, and I think folks at home probably agree with me on that one. All right, there is a nutrient called selenium, and how does that play into thyroid health?
Yes, ma'am. The big thing about selenium, which is very interesting, is that selenium, there's an enzyme. So without getting too deep into the weeds, because I could talk about this all day, the T4 is the storage form of thyroid hormone. And T4 needs to get converted into T3, which is active thyroid hormone. And that happens in the peripheral tissues. Well, that enzyme is called 5'-deiodinase, and 5'-deiodinase is selenium dependent. So T4 is the storage, T3 is active, but to get that iodine to peel off of the T4 and convert into T3, we need selenium for that to happen.
All right, we're getting technical here, and I'm not mad at it. Very interesting. Teach me a little something about reverse T3.
Okay, so my kids always tell me that I'm a nerd, and I get excited about this kind of stuff. But the reality of it is it's very interesting because remember a minute ago I said that T3 is the mover and shaker of thyroid hormones. It's the biologically active form of thyroid hormone. You need to get T4 to convert into adequate levels of T3 to feel good and to have adequate metabolism and everything else that goes along with that. Well, reverse T3 is actually kind of like a mirror image of T3 from a molecular chemical standpoint. And reverse T3 has a higher affinity for the T3 receptors on the cells in our body than T3 actually has. And so reverse T3 is a thyroid antagonist. It will come in and block T3 from getting into the receptors when it's elevated, and then it actually can cause symptoms: exhaustion, weight gain, constipation, people losing their hair, because those cells are not receiving enough T3, the active form of thyroid hormone, because that reverse T3 is just blocking it.
Okay, fascinating. A little glimpse into science here. Something we can totally understand is your back to you method. What is this and how can it help us?
Yes, ma'am. My protocol, it's built to go deeper. I test the thyroid antibodies, nutrient levels, reverse T3, and other hidden markers. On my Currie Deluxe Panel blood chemistry analysis, I actually test for 9 specific thyroid markers. So it's a very thorough thyroid workup. And then I build an individualized program that addresses viral reactivation, nutrient deficiencies, inflammation, and immune imbalance. And I think it's also very important to note here that I don't actually treat the thyroid. What my goal is to calm the immune system, restore thyroid function and balance, and give patients their energy and vitality back. And that's what I'm looking to do through my Back to You method with all of my patients.
All right, if people are experiencing some interruption with their thyroid, you also offer a free resource.
Yes, ma'am. It's the free report. It's called Are You Toxic? The Silent Sabotage. Hidden Toxins Could Be Making You Sick. And it explains how my Back to You functional medicine protocol uncovers hidden triggers of thyroid problems, autoimmunity, and hormone problems and imbalances in general. And it's a $27 value, and people can get it for free if they click on the link down at the bottom of the screen that says areyoutoxic.net.
Well, I sure appreciate this free time that you're giving us. Very interesting. Thank you for teaching us a little bit.
Thank you, Nichole.
Well, if you've been to traditional doctors, you've got normal blood results, but you're still not feeling your best, be sure to give Dr. Keith Currie a call. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Arkansas Style.